doing these Santana videos. This is actually a Yamaha guitar that is similar. Well, it's not similar. It's the same model that Santana played I think in the late 70s and early 80s. I've seen some old guitar magazines where he was advertising this guitar. There aren't very many pictures of him playing it, but it's a great guitar. It's high quality. It's really very similar to a Les Paul double cutaway. So this is the last of the arpeggio videos for the Black Magic Woman lesson that I'm working on. And what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to play the G minor arpeggios that if you've looked at some of my other videos, you know I try to explain things very clearly and not to truncate the explanations too much. But I also don't want to be too redundant. I've made some really long videos covering how to find the notes on the strings. And I'm working up to, in the end of this series, I want to demonstrate actually how to practice. So we're going to do in this video the G minor arpeggio. I'm going to do then after this a couple of videos where I do the D minor scales, the different fingerings. And then I'll do a final video where I show you how to put that all together to play some good solos for Black Magic Woman. So for the G minor video, the first thing we need to know is we need to know the notes that are in a G minor arpeggio. So the first note in a G minor arpeggio is G. That's the root note. Now, the formula for a minor arpeggio is the root plus a minor third, which is 3 half steps, and then the root plus a perfect fifth, which is 7 half steps. So we're going to go 3 plus 3, which will be B flat. I'm going to use my chromatic circle and count that. The chromatic circle's in the back there. And I forgot to mention that I found G by using my chromatic circle. I know that this string is the E string. I went to my chromatic circle and I counted starting on E to G, and that was 3 half steps. So I started on E, I went E, F, F sharp, and then G. So my arpeggio is going to be G plus 3 frets, which is B flat, and then G, which is the 3rd fret plus 7 frets, and that's 10. I'm going to find this by counting the notes out. My chromatic circle is like a tape measure. If you've ever cut a piece of wood or measured anything, that I use my chromatic circle just like that I count the spaces, and that's how I find the notes. So the notes that make a G minor arpeggio are G, B flat, and D. So I'm going to play G, B flat, and D. And we're going to do this on every string. So before we start doing it on every string, we're going to just do a quick refresher, and we're going to play G on every string. So on string 6, G is fret 3. Now, hopefully you've been following my videos and you have what I call the magic numbers, which are -5 and +7. So if we take 3, we can't go 3 minus 5 because that would put us down here. That would be, so we have to go 3 plus 7. That's going to be 10. And 10 is our next G note. A lot of times I forgot to do it, but I'll put a tuner on my headstock so that you can see that this is G. That's a good trick. So string 5, fret 10 is G. If I subtract 5, that's going to be string 4, fret 5. That's also G. G, string 5 plus 7 will get me to 12. And then 12 minus 5 would be 7, but on string 2, I have to add 1 note. Add +1, that's going to be 8. And then 8 minus 5, 3. So here's my 3, 10, 5, 12, 8. That's G on every string. You need to be able to do that whenever you're trying to improvise, just trying to follow the chord progression knowing where the roots are, being able to find this quickly is extremely important. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to start with my index finger on G, which is fret 3. I'm going to go index finger, fourth finger on the same string, third finger on string 5, the adjacent string. That's my G minor arpeggio. I'm going to use this same grip. I'm going to come down here, fret 10. I'm going to go 10, 13, 12, 13. Then I'm going to go string 4, fret 5. I'm going to go 5, 8, 7 on the next string. String 3, fret 12, 12, 15. And if you remember, on string 2, we always have to add a fret, so I'm going to play 15. I'm going to use my fourth finger, so I'm going to go first finger, fourth finger. String 2, it's going to be fret 8. So I'll go 8, 11, 10. And then string 1. String 1, I have to play the 5th on the same string because I don't have a thinner string to move to. Fret 1's the last string on the guitar, or the first string. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do this same pattern, but we're going to start with our middle finger. So if I put my middle finger on G, that's fret 3. If you remember, I'm going to have to stretch with my index finger to get a minor third. So I'm going to go 3, 1 on the adjacent string, and then 5. So it's fret 3 on string 6, fret 1 on 5, fret 5 on 5. I'm going to come down here, string 5, fret 12, 10, fret 10. I don't know why I said 12, fret 10, 10, 8, 12. This is string 4, fret 5, 5, 3, 7. This is string 3, fret 12. So I'm going to go 3, and this time it's 11 because of the 15. And then the last one's fret 8. I'm going to go 8, and on string 1, 6, and then 10. So those are all the arpeggios that start on my middle finger. Now I'm going to do the arpeggios that start on my fourth finger because those are the ones that fit on the 4 thickest strings. So I'm going to go, if I go here, I'm going to end up with an open string. So I'm going to move this a whole octave higher. So if I take the 3rd fret and I add 12, I'm going to get to the 15th fret. This is where the next G on string 6 is. So I'm going to go 15, 13, 12. I'm going to go to string 5, fret 10. Same pattern. You notice I'm not using my 3rd finger. I go 4th finger, middle finger, index finger, all 3 notes on 3 strings. So now I'm on to the 4th string. And whenever I start my arpeggios, the ones that use 3 strings, when I start on the 4th string, I switch to my 3rd finger. And the reason why is when I cross on to string 2, that's where the symmetry of the string tuning is changed, and I have to add a fret. So this is going to be 3rd finger, 1st finger, and then 1st finger. And then the last one is going to be string 3, fret 12, string 2, fret 11, and then string 1, fret 10. So now I'm going to cue up my Latin blues video, only G minor. I'm going to do only G minor. So first, I'll play the G. 5, 12, 8, string 1 and 3. Now I'm going to play form 1 arpeggio. String 5, string 4, string 3, string 2, string 1. Now I'm going to start doing the form 2 arpeggios. So these are going to start on my middle finger. So I'm going to start, here we go. So you notice I go 3, 1, 5, 1, 10, string 4, fret 5, and then this one's always a little awkward, so it's going to be string 3, fret 12. So I'll go 12, 11, and then 8. And this one I see a lot in different songs. All right, so that covers playing just the arpeggios. And so I've done 3 separate videos. And if we practice these arpeggios, we should be able to play each of the arpeggios over the chords as they're going by. And so that's going to wrap it up. Make sure and like and subscribe. I'm trying to get over 1 million subscribers. That's my goal.